people need drama like oxygen. What a shame some hate and moved on. Oh well, never mind. Stay positive as you always do, and it will take their breath away. Negative people need drama like oxygen. What a shame some hate that moved on. Oh well, never mind. Stay positive as you always do, and it will take their breath away. People need drama like oxygen. What a shame some hate and moved on. Oh well, never mind. Stay positive as you always do, and it will take their breath away. Negative people need drama like oxygen. What a shame some hate and moved on. Oh well, never mind. Stay positive as you always do, and it will take their breath away. And it will take their breath away.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's approximately 8 o'clock on, if my memory serves me correctly, Thursday, the 19th of June. So let me just write that down. Thursday, the 19th of June, 2025. Welcome, one and all. First in the chat, well done. Well done, Justin, aka it's only YouTube. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and here is your host, Matt Taylor. Justin told me something interesting. Perhaps he'll tell you, the audience. He met someone somewhere who did something, and he's going to meet up again. We'll just leave it at that for the time being, shall we? So listen, good to have you all with me. It's approximately 8 o'clock. And when I am available, I will be going live at 8 o'clock. So I've got a few talking points I want to get through today. Let me set up my graphics first. Let me set my graphics up. So, boogly bishly boo boo boo. You know what I mean? We'll get that going in the background. Don't worry about you or sexual deviant through and through. We're going to say, don't worry about the sudden noise there. We'll soon get ready. Hello to infinity and beyond. It's disgraceful how you treated Freddie after all he has done for you. Well, I disagree, actually. I disagree. I think it's disgraceful how Freddie treated me. He never once invited me to a Queen concert. No, so, yeah, we can talk about Freddie if you want. But what I do want to talk about is whether pit-fed Smoker and Justin are going to meet up. That's one discussion point we've got on the table. I've noticed pit-fed Smoker wants to meet up with Justin, aka it's only YouTube. Which brings me on to the next question for everyone is, who have you met up with on YouTube? Of course, I've met up with a few people on YouTube, but who have you met up with on YouTube? To infinity and beyond. I strongly disagree. Well, there you go. Hello, Ghost of MKD. Evening, Mr. Matt. Please, just call me Matt. Good evening. Good to have you. And I liked your videos. Next thing, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say bumped into, but it's not really the appropriate word. I bumped into. So maybe I came across the the Big Bad Rickshaw today, featuring Bass Luke UK, Jupiter and Babs. And wow, God, talk about YouTube drama at its very best. And it made me thinking, I'm so glad we don't get that kind of goings-ons in our corner of YouTube. But then again, we had a few in our day, haven't we? But yeah, I mean, I will be talking about what happened today on the Big Bad Rickshaw. Bass Luke UK, Jupiter and Babs. What are going on? Yeah. I mean, it got so much for me. I actually had to turn over and I watched a bit of Lionel Nation. I like a bit of Lionel Nation. I like to keep up with my American politics. And so I watched a bit of Lionel Nation for an hour, and then I thought I'll pop back, see what's going on in the Big Bad Rickshaw. And Jupiter was in tears. So I don't know what's going on there. The Granny Robber. Oh, we're changing names. There we go. Hello, Ghost. Oh, or we've just got the same profile. The ring around your avatar says you are fake. Okay. Hi, YouTube. Oh, it's all gets confusing, doesn't it? It all gets a bit confusing. I'm the daddy around here, and don't you forget it. Yeah, damn right. No, Granny. Matt is the daddy. I am a daddy, funny enough. So, who else caught the Big Bad Rickshaw today, featuring Jupiter, Luke, and Babs? Crazy. Another talking point is spastic a bad word? And should we be calling people spasmos on YouTube? And then I caught a bit of Ron Swanson on the Sean Atwood show discussing an alleged sex tape featuring none other than Megan Sussex. Most people get tripped up and call her Meghan Markle, but you know, as everyone in the know knows, her name changed when she got married. I don't know where Sussex came from, but still, her name is now Megan Sussex. And that ties into a question: who else has been involved in a sex tape? I'm sure there's one or two of you out there. You know, it made me thinking, when was the first sex tape? Wasn't it the Pamela Anderson and her boyfriend at the time? And then didn't Paris Hilton do a sex tape at some point? And then hasn't Katie Price done one as well? You know, but like I said, it was just it's just an alleged sex tape. Sir, oh, that looks like a funny profile. It's an honour to be here. Yes, indeed. Well, it's good to see so many new names in the chat. Welcome, one and all. It's wonderful that you're here with us. Like I always say, don't be shy. Jump on in and say hi. Be brave and take the plunge onto MattTaylorTV. Broadcasting live from Brighton. Be right on in Brighton. Other news, Angela Power Disney, her case has been dropped. All she had to do was remove 25 videos and one tweet. You know, if ever you find yourself in mortal peril, just remember, remove some videos, delete a tweet. It works a treat. Codeine laced with a profile of Justin again. Justin is very popular, isn't he? I think his face is used on more profiles than I care to remember. Where is my darling Kathleen this evening, says Codeine. Very creepy. To be fair, that's creepy. That's creepy. I got a mention today by the rodent, which is nice. But then again, when don't I get a mention by the rodent? Justin says, Ghostly, you got any new vids? You got any new vids? And of course, I want another thing is, so what's happened between Ron Swanson and Sean Atwood? I thought they had a big ding dong. I thought they had a big falling out, but they seem to have buried the hatchet, so to speak, and back on professional terms. So yeah, that's kind of things that caught my attention today. Is Justin and Pip Fed Smoker going to meet up? I know Pip Fed Smoker is keen on meeting Justin. I've had the pleasure of meeting Justin, funny enough. What's this? What's going on here? What's going on here? Where am I? Got distracted by my graphic. I think I got the wrong bloody graphic up, haven't I? Yeah, silly me. Let's get another graphic up. There's nothing I love more than a good graphic, baby. Yes, indeed. Let's try this one. Yeah. Oh, no, I don't like that one. That's a bit boring. A bit boring. Bear with. Oh, come on now, Codeine. Let's not, it's a bit creepy, actually. It's a bit creepy what you're saying. And because, you know, not good. I'm not impressed, put it that way. Right, I'm looking for an appropriate screensaver to play. I'm looking for an appropriate screen. Let's just do this one. There we go. So where were we? Splendid poster. I don't know. It's funny being called a sexual deviant. It's like, well, you know, I've done a few sex tapes in my day, but does that make me a sexual deviant? Maybe it does. But hey, it's consensual, okay? As long as it's done between consensual adults, it's all good and proper, in my opinion. To infinity. Oh, here we go. Fucking hell, bringing these people back in. What is it? Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly, mate. And apparently, this was 4 years ago. I know plastering my head onto the bodies of big-breasted women was going to cause a lot of conjecture about my sexual perversion. But what was I getting up to 4 years ago? Yeah, no, I'm not happy, actually. I'm not happy about the Portsmouth lot. Talking about the Portsmouth lot and meeting up with people on YouTube, I'm looking forward to hearing how Paris got on with Sharon. Matt's got big boobs, allegedly. You had it off with a lady boy. Yeah, that's fine. I had it off with a lady boy, remember? Yeah, I know. And, you know, what's the big deal? It was an amazing experience. I had a snog with a lady boy. I went to get a condom, and I thought better of it. What's the, you know? I find it funny. Look, my life experience has made me the man I am today. I'm certainly not embarrassed about having a snog with a lady boy. Very attractive lady boy. You know, and it gave me the opportunity to make that choice. Penetrative, I'll say it third time. penetrative sex with a man or not. You know, if I never had that snog with the lady boy, I wouldn't have been faced with that decision as to whether to have penetrative sex with a man or not. I chose not to. You know, our life, all our lives, are a consequence of the decisions we make. And I imagine if I did decide to have penetrative sex with that lady boy out in Hong Kong, my life would have been very different today. But I stayed true to myself. I stayed true to my sexuality. And I asked the lady boy to leave. There you go. But yeah, I mean, you know, long live lady boys. One of the biggest attractions in Brighton are when the lady boys come down. A big shout out to Lenny. Hello, Lenny. How are you, son? I'm fine, thank you, Lenny. I'm looking forward to having a lovely weekend. Did you enjoy bumming the lady boy? I never bummed the lady boy. But I did have an interesting experience of being rimmed by an older lady. Oh man, and that was a good memory. And yeah, I mean, I'm all up for a good rimming. I do love a good rimming. What a sensation! Oh, it's making me smile just think about it. Oh, those were the days. Being rimmed by an old granny. If no one's been rimmed by an old granny, you don't know what you're missing, quite frankly. I'd just like to take this opportunity to remind everyone to don't take everything I say literally. You know, take everything I say with a pinch of salt and a sniff of paprika. But the rimming is a true story. Yes, defo. Over to the chat. Infinity is still a virgin, allegedly, says Justin, writes in as Zany YouTube. To infinity and beyond. Matt took a truncheon up the back street. Now, come on. You know, let's be factually correct. The only thing I've had coming out of my backside is a big shit, let me tell you now. I'm fine, thank you, Lenny. Hope you are too. So just for the benefit of Lenny, yeah, how the hell did we end up with this conversation? Bloody Infinity and Beyond is come in talking about the Portsmouth crowd. He's not very happy with me and how I've treated Freddie Mercury. I don't know what Freddie Mercury's got to do with it. But anyway, the subject tonight, Lenny, is whether Pip-fed Smoker will meet Justin. You may be familiar with... Oh, there we go. Pip Smoker is in the house. Will Pip Smoker and... Actually, that's quite a good question. Is Pip Smoker Pip-fed Smoker? I would assume, but then again, assuming makes an arse of you and me, that it is. So, will Pip Smoker meet up with Convid? That's the big question of the day. Which leads into a B question of who else has met up on YouTube. As we all know, I've met a few people. In fact, we're waiting to hear how Paris and Sharon got on. They met up last weekend. Then he says, I'm all right, but not a big fan of this heat. Oh, Lenny, don't moan about the heat, mate. For goodness sake, don't moan about the heat. Don't jinx it. I'm loving it. I love the heat. What are you on about? Over to Infinity and Beyond. What alerted you to the fact that she was a he? Well, you can read all about it, by the way, in my book, pre-download, Taylor Tales. Beforehand, a mate of mine Eldon, fucking weirdo, an American doctor who latched onto us out in Hong Kong. He had just had a blowjob. He had just had a blowjob from this lady boy. And that's how I knew it was a man. I never felt anything during our little snog. Well, oh, so by the way, I think the last time I told the story, I got a particular fact wrong. After Eldon left, and on the way out said, "Oh, by the way, it's a man," I just went back into my bedroom and fell asleep. Okay, so the lady boy and myself fell asleep for that night. I think we got back about 3. So we crashed out, and then when we woke up, we started the snog. You know what I mean? It was a morning snog. It's baking, isn't it? It's enough to bake a loaf of bread out there. It's enough to fry an egg. And then he says, "Jesus, this conversation is downhill fast." Too bloody right it is. Too bloody right it is. So, Pip Smoker, would you like us to call you Pippy? I had a friend at school called Pippa. Nexy Beast, Heat Conway, Convid even. So, Matt went to rim the lady in Bangkok and noticed a hanging pair. Yeah, right. Woo-wee. Hope everyone's well. So, I mean, yeah, what went on at the Big Bad Witch Show? Crazy. I'm so glad we don't have things like that going on in our crazy corner. But mind you, we're all in the same corner, aren't we? I don't know. Yes, I do think Pippi fancies you, but the big question is, are you going to meet up with Pippi? That's the big question of the day. Pippi wants to meet up with you. Are you going to meet up with Pippi? Pip says, we can meet at a gay bar if you prefer. To Infinity and Beyond says, I can't see. Has she got me blocked? How the hell do I know? I don't give a toss, quite frankly. Why would they be meeting up? Asked Ghost. Well, you have to ask Pip that. Pippi wants to meet up. Perhaps Pippi wants to meet Convid. You know, Convid is a very popular YouTube commentator. Wherever you feel comfortable, says Pip. So that's the big question. Are Pip and Convid going to meet up? Oh, hello to the Toxic Comedy Minute. There is nothing wrong with Matt's boobs. They are 100% real, I think. I've got my boobs out now, actually. They're so hot. I'm sitting here topless with my hairy boobs. I've got no bra on. I'm just letting my boobs hang out. And it's lovely. And I'm drinking this Stella. How about the woods? Oh, God, yes. Justin's got a story about the woods. Lovely conversation going on between Pippi and Justin. Justin says, I am currently eating the Pilgrim's cheese, vintage flavour, with some tasty hot peppers and gherkins. Wonderful news. Pippi is a cute name. Yes, it is, isn't it? Pippi Longstocking. We've got an interesting name here. Hello, Matt, and all in chat. Hello, hello indeed. That explains the dodgy odour, says Ghost. DDTTM. DDTTM. Thank you for jumping in. It's always good to have new usernames. So, Meghan Markle, apparently, allegedly, there's a sex tape of her out there. You know, what do you make of that? I know back in the day, I mean, there was this judge on Britain's Got Talent. Forgotten her name now. But I did see her sex tape, and I forgotten her name. But I remember in the sex tape, her partner was slapping his member across her face. It was so funny. I know I tried to do that with my girlfriend once. She wasn't particularly impressed. Stop it. But yeah, sex tapes. So what was the first sex tape? Wasn't it Pamela Anderson? Why did he buy that car mat? Why did he buy that car mat? Whose car is that? I don't know who you're talking about. Prince Harry's a bit of a simp. Just saying. I tell you, I mean, from what I heard through the grapevine, which is pretty, like, you know, negotiable, is that she used to, and when I say she, I'm talking about Meghan Sussex. A lot of people get her mixed up with Meghan Markle, but she's a married woman now. Don't know where the Sussex comes from, but still, let's not ask questions. She was a yacht girl. So Meghan was a yacht girl who allegedly had adult fun time with Prince Andrew. But that's just rumour. And there's no evidence to suggest that's true. Okay? There's no evidence to suggest that's true. Nor is there any evidence to suggest that there's a sex tape out there featuring a Meghan Sussex. But yet it's been discussed on Sean Atwood's show. And while we're on the subject of Sean Atwood, what's going on about Sean Atwood and Ron Swanson? They obviously have patched up their grievances. Wasn't it all about, didn't they have a big ding dong over pay? Ghost of MKD says Meghan isn't even black. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, that's Disney rumours. You reminded me. I don't know whether I've said APD. Her case has been dropped. Yes. When did they all go there, Matt? That's crazy to go there for their honeymoon. You've lost me. When did they all go there, Matt? That's crazy to go there for their honeymoon. Bust right here. Bust right here. Bust right here. What are you going on about the car? What make was the car, Matt? What are you on about? Anyway, good to have you in here. Disney rumours. Isn't it great news? Isn't it great news that the case against Angela Power Disney has been dropped? All she had to do was get rid of 25 videos and one tweet. You know what I mean? Remember that if ever you find yourself in trouble, try getting rid of 25 videos and one tweet. It does it trick. YouTube, it's only YouTube says, Meghan allows Harry to wear the trousers, but she makes him iron them, allegedly. Big shout for a new name in the house. Kamira Jane. I'd love a nice honeymoon like that. Yes, I'm loving the new names coming in. Scintillating convo, Matt. Scintillating convo, Matt. You must be hoot in a pub. Well, some of my best times have been down the pub with my mates. And what I'm finding funny now, when you should bring that up, I'm starting to have that same fun as I had with my mates in the pub with my kids, and it's brilliant. I mean, I went down the pub last weekend with my daughter and my son. Right, my son is old enough to go into the pub but not drink, and guess what happened? We only got thrown out, didn't we? Yeah. Yeah. Let me tell you what. Don't tell anyone else, right? So what happened was, right? Fucking hell. Me and Lizzie were having cider. We love that blood orange cider. Lizzie's favourite. So me and Lizzie were having a pint of blood orange cider. Lewis had a lemonade, right? And just as we were finishing up, guess what Lewis only goes and does? The cheeky little fucking toe rag. He only goes and pours a bit of my cider into his lemonade. And I'm talking a bit. It was a little splash, man. You know, it was a little fucking splash, man. You know? So Lewis goes and pours a splash of my blood orange cider into his glass of lemonade. Guess what happens? The fucking management comes along and we get thrown out the pub. Just like the old days. I've got to stop shouting. But mate, what? And I just love it, you know. The first pub I've been in with my son and we get asked to leave. It's just like, yeah, man. Like I text Lewis later on that night. I said, mate, I really hope that's the start of many more pubs we get thrown out from. Brilliant. I loved it. So the Order, that's a new name. Thank you, Order, for coming in. Oh god, that's kind of like just that's the profile is kind of like my hand is shaking. I feel as if I've come across that profile before and I'm having a bit of a negative reaction. So I just want to warn my audience. The profile picture of the Order has just triggered something subconsciously in me. So I better just calm down. I'm just going to take a deep breath. Matt said it was Mercedes. I don't know what I'm going on about the car. I'll have to replay. Well, I don't know. Tamara, you've got to meet your Prince Charming first. Harry burned the car. We're talking about Mercedes. I don't know what's going on about Mercedes, Meghan's car. I really don't understand what's going on. Oh, we've got the Chelmsford Bowling Club. Yes, indeed. The Chelmsford Bowling Club. Welcome. Yeah, I don't think the Portsmouth lot will be watching this. They've left YouTube, for goodness sake. But yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing all about Paris and Sharon's weekend. And I'm only doing this for comedic effect now, so you know, take everything I say with a pinch of salt, sniff of paprika. But do you think there may be a crossover between a sex tape and Paris and Sharon spending the weekend together? I didn't say anything. It was only for a bit of a smile, bit of a gag. Let's move on. Sounds like Meghan and Harry need to split. That reminds me of something. Yesterday, I heard that William and Kate were divorcing. Yes. And this goes back to a couple of months ago. You know, I used to go to that monthly meeting, you know, the Free Speak monthly meeting. And one of the speakers was, what's his name now? Oh, I've got his book here. What's his name now? Oh, Norman Baker. Norman Baker. I've got his book actually somewhere behind me. But Norman Baker said that Prince William had a super injunction in place, and that could be the super injunction could have been the news that they're getting divorced, but that is just speculation. Okay, that's just rumor. There, as far as I know, there's no substance or truth to that. But what I can say with certainty is that I was at a meeting in Hove in which Norman Baker said that very thing. And so, yeah, compounded with the news I heard last night that William and Katie are getting a divorce, there's a lot happening. But remember, all this pales into insignificance to the fact that we're on the verge of World War III. But don't let that distract you. Okay? Don't let that entrap you. Ghost of MD. I'd like to for a drink with you. Nice. You hear that? So there's Pip, Pippi, and Ghost want to meet up with Justin. That's very nice. You're a popular guy, Justin. You're a popular guy. But will we? You know, you use the plural will. Don't include me with it. Don't include me with it. And there's one thing I hate, and that's having content taken down. I cannot stand. I'm a content creator, man. I'm not a content deleter. Paris and Shazza are fabulous together. Did it really happen? Or is it all a figment of Paris's imagination? Until we see the sex tape, I don't believe anything. Come on now, Chelmsford. You're sounding like a particular Mr. Weasel we know. Come on, Mr. Chelmsford. You're sounding like a particular Mr. Weasel we know. No need to say things like that. Yes. Chelmsford, you sound jealous of them. Defo. I heard. Finger of the pulse gossip here, folks. Yeah. It's all hearsay and speculation. Meghan obviously has no use for Harry now he isn't a prince. By the looks of it, eh? By the looks of it. I mean, and a sex tape. Wouldn't it be amazing if the sex tape was between her and Prince Andrew? Woo! That would be explosive. Chelmsford said, God told Angie Daisy Power to delete her tweets. Angela Power Disney, direct contact with God Almighty. Oh, sorry, you said William Kate. No, not with you. Oh, you talking about the drink? Well, next time you're in Brighton and I'm available, I'll be more than happy to take you for a drink. Because I think you are, correct me if I'm wrong, Ghost of MKD. I think you are truth shitter. I quite fancy you. I quite fancy truth shitter. So, yeah, I mean, you know what I'm like. Sexual deviant and all. Do you really want to go out for a drink with me? Shazza rocked Peter's boat. Hey, come on now. Look, Chelmsford, you're being a bit close to the edge here, mate. You're being a bit close to the edge, okay? Look, we've got to be friendly, okay? You've got to be friendly. And I'm just giving you a friendly warning that your comments are touching the inappropriate, okay? Cool. I'm just saying your comments are touching the inappropriate. Cool, Matt, yes. But like I said, I'm not always in Brighton. No. So you have to be quite lucky to catch me. Don't do the X's. It triggers my deviancy. Because all I see with an X is a kiss. And then when I see a I won't tell you what goes on in my mind. I live on the edge, son. There's Chelmsford. Edgeware. You live in Edgeware. So, what happened between, does anyone know what happened between Ron, well, we know what happened between Ron Swanson and Sean Atwood. The way I see it, Sean Atwood didn't pay him enough. Ron had a body drop. I want more money. Sean said, fuck you, you're sacked. Then Ron had a bit of a body drop. Told everyone what's going on. And then it looks like Sean went, okay, mate, okay, you can have your job back. And that's the impression I've got. But it's good to see Ron Swanson back on the Sean Atwood show. I'm not particularly a big fan, but still, he's got lovely hair. Angela Angela Disney's case has been dropped. All she had to do was remove 25 videos and 1 tweet. So that's great news for Angela. I tell you, a woman of her maturity doesn't need that kind of stress. You know what I mean? She really doesn't need that kind of stress. Oh, that's a picture from long past. Convid Drogney. Hi, Ghosty. Nice to meet you here again. Yes. Yes. I think Justin's image has got to be the most popular profile picture out there at the moment. Oh, here's something we haven't really touched on. Is calling someone a spasmo reasonable on YouTube? What do you think? Is calling someone a spasmo, spastic, reasonable and acceptable thing to call someone on YouTube? Because I tell you, I hear it all the time. Oh, so Go says, hi, Drogney, don't record you. There we go. So obviously, Convid Drogney didn't leave that lasting impression upon Truth Shitter that Convid Drogney thought they had. And I could be wrong by calling Ghost of MKD Truth Shaper. I affectionately call her Truth Shitter, but either way, lovely lady. Lovely lady, as my memory serves me correct. Yes. Good. Plenty of them here. Says Ghost. Oh, right. Calling someone a sexual deviant is okay. But my question was, is calling someone a spastic and or spasmo okay? I mean, I put my hand up to being a sexual deviant, you know. I put my hand up to it. But as I always say, only consenting adults were involved, and that's all I want to say on the subject. But yeah, there is a pervert in me, definitely. Fucking hell. I mean, one of my most memorable experiences in life is having a rimming from an old granny, and I think that just says everything, really. But I tell you, if you haven't had a good rimming, you don't know what a good rimming is, if you know what I mean. Let's move on. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can listen to more original music made by Suno AI at suno.com/@MattTaylorTV Juke Box. As I always say, don't be shy, jump on in and say hi. Be brave and take a plunge onto Matt Taylor TV. And I'm very grateful for everyone who has done so. We have a new commentator, Eddie the Seagull. Whee! Good to have you in the house, Eddie. Rumours are circulating you fancied Monka originally. This is an AK-47 production. Boom! Says the real King Arthur since 2021. Good to have you in the house. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's it's just prudent just to give a disclaimer at this point. Discussions on MattTaylorTV are of a sensitive and potentially distressing nature and topic. We do touch upon adult films, adult themes even, and viewer discretion is strongly advised. If you are easily offended, do not watch MattTaylorTV, because in all probability you will be offended. Why? Because we push boundaries. Offense pushes boundaries. It challenges you to think about things you might otherwise avoid. And MattTaylorTV is all about pushing those boundaries and changing minds, changing views. If you find yourself offended, remember, you were warned. If it becomes too much to bear, simply switch off and watch something else instead. Nobody is forcing you to stay. You sway what I say. Yes, indeed. Thank you ever so much for coming in. I love the new faces. Ghost says, hey, Eddie, are you related to Eddie the Eagle? Wow. What a question. What a question. What a photograph. Bish bash bomb, belly bum bum, thing bomb. I'm going to play a little promotional video while I'll just have a little break.
Nobody is perfect and nobody deserves to be perfect. Nobody has it easy, everybody has issues. You never know what people are going through, so pause before you start mocking others. Nobody is perfect and nobody deserves to be perfect. Nobody has it easy, everybody has issues. You never know what people are going through, so pause before you start mocking others. So pause before you start mocking. So pause before you start mocking. Pause before you start mocking others. So pause before you start mocking others. Nobody is perfect and nobody deserves to be perfect. Nobody has it easy, everybody has issues. You never know what people are going through, so pause before you start mocking others. So pause before you start mocking. 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 Nobody is perfect and nobody deserves to be perfect. Nobody has it easy, everybody has issues. You never know what people are going through, so pause before you start mocking others. So pause before you start mocking. So pause before you start mocking. Pause before you start mocking others. So pause before you start mocking. Pause before you start mocking others. So pause before you start mocking.
You're a joke.
Okay. If you got it.
You get your spanner.
Nobody is perfect and nobody deserves to be perfect. Nobody has it easy, everybody has issues. You never know what people are going through, so pause before you start mocking others.
Good, good, good. I was just getting my my t-shirt. You got my t-shirt? Available from my merch shop. You know what I mean? Anyway, you don't want to see my ugly mug? We've got some new faces in the chat. Love it. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming up to the first hour, and I usually wrap it up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into your hands. And so if you want it to go into the second hour, you're going to have to come in. There you go. We've got some new names. Putin the Prick. Check your bed tonight, Justin. Mouse might be under it. How many pairs of socks does the stalker from Scotland own? Is Tip Clips stalking you again? Oh, right, yeah. like it. Yes, that is. That's the Harry Munker on your t-shirt, yeah. Well, it's, you know, Dirty Harry. But I love that saying so much. Dirty Harris, that's what it is. It's Dirty Harris. Do you like it then? You like it? You like it? Oh. It says, I'm not a bully. I'm not a bully. I just mock scumbags here and there. Call out lies too. Please do a second hour. Okay, Lenny, because you've asked me and because you are my #1 subscriber, I would be happy to do another hour for you, Lenny. Anything for my #1 subscriber. Anything. Shout out to Lenny, by the way, a valued member of the audience and certainly not a laughing stock. And while we do the shout outs, let's do a shout out to the show's sponsor, Brian PC. Let's do a shout out to Captain Justice, my mate Justin, co-host, managing moderator, and whistleblower. He's not a snitch. Shout out to Katie, and of course, Mandy Marie lost her #1 subscriber status, didn't she? Terrible. But anyway, it's only a little bit of joke. It's only a joke. That's enough now, Matt. Wind it up early tonight, please. Lunatic. Yes, I could well wrap it up. But what I'm going to do to guarantee a second hour. No. To be fair, I've already made a promise to Lenny. Oh, I'm taking my shirt off again, getting my hairy boobs out. It's far too hot. Hey, look, come on, Dan. That's not nice. That's not nice. Look, when people leave, can we respect them, please? If people say they're going to leave YouTube, can we respect that and just let them go in peace? Okay? Okay? I think it's only fair. You know, it would be nice if you said you're going to leave and then for everyone to keep mentioning you, would it? That'd be a bit annoying. I know what you're getting at. Once you've left, you wouldn't know what people are saying about you. Obviously, people don't leave. They can they say they leave, and then they hang around just to make sure no one's talking about them or putting up videos about from 4 years ago. So, what's the topic other than women? So, yeah, the topic is Justin and Pippi going to meet up? Pip Fed Smoker, who we affectionately call as Pippi now, is very keen on meeting up with Justin. And so, yeah, we're just asking that question. Did you catch the Big Bad Rick show today? Wow. Featuring Bass Luke UK, Jupiter and Babs. It was very, very raw and real, I may hasten to add. Is spastic a bad word to use on YouTube? Megan Sussex, apparently she's got a sex tape going out there. Who else has got a sex tape? Is anyone in the audience, has anyone made a sex tape themselves? Angela Power Disney's case has been dropped. I got a mention by the rodent today, but then again, when haven't I? And what's happening between Ron Swanson and Sean Atwood? Those are the talking points. Okay, what we got here? You have no respect for yourself. Wow, I have no respect for myself. You're a wrong'un. Now, this is very interesting because I find it interesting how people are very eager to tell me what I am, when ultimately it doesn't matter what you think I am, because it matters what you think of yourself. And so while you've asked these questions, well, these aren't questions, these are statements, may I ask, Dan, of what do you think of yourself? Because if you were to say that to me, to my face, I would end the conversation. I wouldn't waste my time with you. If we were in the same space and time and you looked at me in my eye and said, you have no respect for yourself, you're a wrong'un, I would literally turn around and walk away. Spastic is a bad word, full stop. Please show respect to special needs people. They have feelings like everyone else. Thank you, Lenny. I agree with that. I don't think using the word spastic or spasmo is particularly appropriate. But yet we hear it all the time. In fact, I heard it today. Because what was said between Bass Luke UK, Jupiter and Babs was absolutely disgusting, in my opinion. And I'm so glad we don't have those conversations over here. But the way Bass Luke was talking to Jupiter, wow. I mean, if anyone in our circle of influence said that to anyone else, they'll be hell to pay. They'll be hell to pay. We have a new commentator, Moon-based. You're getting better looking as you age, Matt. Very kind of you to say so. But my boobs are getting hairier. Justin says, I filmed Matt in the shower. Does that count as a sex tape? Well, you had to put the camcorder down while you gave me fellatio. But at least the audience will never find out about that. That's what I say. Over to Ghost, who says, there's a charity called the Spastic Society. Nothing wrong with the word, you spastics. There we go. Spastics lives matter. Yes, quite right. Oh, we have a new username. Keisha Willywood. Keisha Willywood. Welcome, Keisha Willywood. It's so nice to have you in the house. Please make sure you subscribe, because there's nothing I hate worse than having a new person come in and then losing them. But yeah, thank you ever so much. You're warmly welcome. Welcome to the gang. I like to think you'll enjoy yourself here. Or a bit personal. What do you know about Jake Clark? I know nothing. I know nothing. I know nothing. And please, you know, if you know something, best to send it on a postcard to Danny Jones Hoax Police. Twix or Mars? You know, it will always, and I say, it will always be a Mars. Thank you ever so much. It's K Shah. Is that right? K Shah? K Shah? K Shah. K Shah. Keisha Willywood. What a wonderful name. Oh, really? Keisha is Easu. Well, if that is the case, I know for a fact Easu or Easu would come on panel. Sound it out as Keisha. Keisha. Okay. I mean, should we really be discussing? Should we be discussing Mr. Clark? I'm concerned that discussing Jake Clark may come under certain topics cannot be discussed. So I'm just getting a bad feeling about discussing Mr. Clark. Only because you've caught me out, actually. You've caught me out. You've caught me out, you little devil. You've caught me out. So I'd rather just move on, actually. Matt, did you watch the Golden Girls or Murphy Brown when they were on TV? No, I never did. I never did, Lenny. I wasn't particularly interested in it. How about you? Were you a fan of the Golden Girls? Everyone wants my Willywood. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. Keisha. At least somebody finds it funny. Well, are you a he, she? It's big. Yes, let's ruin the case. Get it dropped for Jake. Free Jake Clark. It's good to see hashtag Jake Clark. Free Jake Clark. It's nice to see. He would appreciate it. I'm sure Jake would appreciate it. Wowee. So, healthy chat. I love it. Thank you ever so much, everyone, for contributing in the chat. There is nothing I love better than a healthy chat. And I'm loving the new names. Big shout out to all the you new usernames. I mean, to be fair, you may be old faces, but at least you're using new names. You know what I mean? Funny. Well, I'm certainly enjoying myself, and thank you for Lenny for getting us into the second hour. Because I'm always a bit reluctant. To go into the next hour. Only because there's some things I like to do about the 10 o'clock mark. I'm a man of routine, you see. I'm a man of routine. And there's a bedtime routine I like to do. I like to be in bed for 10. Okay, and I like to, I ball up myself a fruit skin bedtime drink. So during the day, all the fruit I've had, like today I've had a couple of bananas, I had apples, and I had an orange. So I boil up that banana skin, the orange skin, the apple core. Sometimes, you know, I have kiwi, mango. But anyway, the fruit I have during the day, I boil up I boil up that skin, let it simmer, and I have it as my bedtime drink with a teaspoon of honey. Oh, it's gorgeous. So I like to be in bed with my bedtime drink, my fruit skin bedtime drink, and I like to just, you know, have a little read a chapter, and then just jot down in my journal anything that needs to be jotted down in my journal. So that's what I like. I like my bedtime routine. And when I go into the second hour, my bedtime routine gets knocked a bit, you see. And it's okay. I don't mind knocking my bedtime routine for you, because you're worth it. And I really appreciate you being here, because I know that there's shitloads of stuff going on at YouTube at the moment. There's loads of great people going live, and it makes it all the more special that you are choosing your time to watch me on MattTaylorTV. It means a lot. Whatever case show is going on about, I don't really know. You said you're going on Matt's panel in 20 minutes. That's how Matt looks. Matt keeps the youthful look. Got my grey hairs. I've got my grey hairs. Oh, thought I was drinking the blood of small children. Really, God. Apparently, that's real though. Apparently, that's true. Apparently so. Just saying. Apparently so. I mean, you know, what's going to come of that grooming inquiry? Do you think we're going to get any big answers? You know, is that fabled institutional child abuse going to come to light? And there's something that always bothers me, because perverts target specific industries so they can have access to children. Okay, I think this is a fact. This is something the professionals know about. Perpetrators, predators, perverts, they target professions in which they have access to children. And so occupations who are particularly on the hit list for predators and perpetrators and perverts are the occupations in which you have contact with children. So, for example, teachers, social workers, the police, the priesthood. These are all industries and occupations that come with that a certain level of, what's the word? And what I'm trying to say, these occupations bring with it a reputation, an assumption that you're going to be a good person. You know, so if you're a priest, you're assumed to be a good person. If you're a teacher, there's an assumption that you're a good person. If you're a social worker, there's an assumption that you're a good person, that you're not going to hurt children. And that assumption the public make towards these certain occupations are the very reason why they're targeted in the first place. Hello, welcome to MattTaylorTV.
Good evening, Matthew. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't think have you ever been on before?
I think I have once, many years ago.
Okay, cool. I'm glad to have you back.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, no, I'm all right. And
I
yourself?
see someone's in the chat cloning me. I see.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, look, it's great to have you on.
But I have obviously a question to ask you, because later on maybe I'll do a live, and I like to speak to A1000 because she has an archive that I want to tap into. She might be able to help me answer some questions.
Well, yeah, that's fine. But be aware that there's certain topics I can't discuss.
I won't talk about anything.
And a
I
certain name.
do want to talk about Sabina or AJ, Adam Lashbrook.
Is that what you want to talk about?
Yeah, because the
Oh,
other day I was on Kaylee's channel,
Yeah,
and
fire away.
me and Kaylee, myself, and A1000 were talking, and A1000 brought some stuff to the table to like that needs to be. Well, everyone knows Sabina died prematurely, but it turns out that the night Sabina passed away, AJ was actually trolling Kaylee, and that can be proved. And if it is the case, what it proves is that he neglected his former lover, deceased lover, in favor of trolling a woman who he's been trolling for years. And I want to highlight that and make people aware of what AJ's actually been doing, because he pretends that he's a father, pretends that he's a hunter of paedophiles, believe it or not, even though he seems like one. A lot of suspect shit about AJ.
Hey, listen, I too would testify that on the night of Sabina's death, AJ was trolling Kaylee.
You saw it. Fucking hell, you saw it.
I retrace the dates because
Yes,
we're
because we
only informed of Sabina's death.
we know the day she died.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we all know the day she died, and like I'm sure that myself and whoever, maybe Rodney or Bleeding was live, or Brian Ho was live at the time. And yeah, I want to, because like what that shows is, because I've read the coroner's report. The coroner's report doesn't match up with what AJ has been doing, and yeah,
all I know was that period of 27th of January 2023, AJ was full on YouTube trolling Kaylee, having a right laugh, big smiles, big laughs, not a care in the world.
While that woman was probably in bed in pain.
And what you're picking up on is very important to pick up on. Why was Sabina taken out of hospital a night, a day premature?
Yep. She quit to go troll Kaylee. That's what I'm gonna be brutal. I think she was taken to hospital because he never had access to his computer. Wow. Probably like the nurses and did like the way the nurses were talking to him, and he's like, "I'll take you home and look after you." He didn't look after her.
Yeah.
He left her in a room by herself while he was busy. Because let's keep it 100, Matthew. Yeah? If your friend, partner, family member was in your very face, like right in front of you, you're not gonna be, and they were sick, you're not gonna be on your phone, are you? Yeah. So he had to be in the next room doing all this shit while she was in bed in pain.
Absolutely.
So he found her like that.
Questions on
he left
what medication was given to Sabina and whether AJ,
Adam was helping himself.
And these are questions because AJ is the first to ask questions from us, but he's refusing to answer any questions to do with Sabina.
He doesn't answer no. Even with Tyler, we asked questions about Tyler. He sent Beefheart a picture of Tyler on He sent Beefheart a picture of Tyler with the lead over the wall, and I'm thinking, you fucking dangle that dog over the wall, you cunt. You know what I mean? I ain't stupid. And there's a man in the pond looking for a dog. It's not AJ, and I'm like, yeah, you're just full of shit, man. He's one of those pedophiles, right? Pervert men that always have an excuse for everything. Has an excuse. There's always a reason. Like just recently,
two things. He comes up with he claims that Chloe jumped up repeatedly and hit his clenched fist, which is contradictory to what the witness says, that he had his knee on the dog's head, dog's neck while hitting it.
Exactly, and AJ's quite tall. He's like 6'2", 6'3".
And also,
6'2".
you spoke. I heard you say this. If the circumstances were the same in which your girlfriend died, in the same circumstances as which AJ's girlfriend died, you would be pulled through the fire.
I'd be called a killer. I'd be saying I murdered her. Everyone would say I murdered her. I did it. So
AJ with kid gloves.
I'm not treating AJ no kid gloves because they know what it's about him. Yeah, it, what I feel I don't like about that geezer, he's meant to be in his 30s. He looks about 50.
Yeah.
Like that's the morphine. He's lying. He's a drug addict. He's a
Well,
lying drug addict.
I compare
He
him to a
lies a lot.
zombie. He looks like the living dead. He really does.
Yeah,
And
he's like, yeah. The way he talks, all the effort to talk.
I don't think there's a day that goes by in which he doesn't use the word nonce or paedophile. That
Yeah,
they're on
man.
his mind 24/7.
Listen, I don't know what their beef is with you. I don't care. I'll be honest because like I know
Mm.
what those are like. They will you use anything against you. Basically, this is what I've noticed from Danny Jones, AJ, Brian Leroy Hansford, who've hired all those guys. This is
Yeah.
how they get you.
I mean, the fact that he doesn't know when Sabina died, what year, I mean, that just says it all. What a nasty, horrible, inconsiderate ghoul he is. And I can't stand how he uses dog canine terms to describe Sabina. My lass. I smack her on her ass, or it's just crazy. But thanks, Esau, for coming on. That took the conversation somewhere else, didn't it? So tune in if you haven't tuned already to Bleeding Heart and Esau. I'm sure everyone has. It sounds like they'll be going live later on to discuss more on Jenny, as I like to call AJ Lashbrook. Jenny, as in degenerate. Hello, Kaylee. Good to have you in the house. We've just had Esau come on. Esau is keen to bring attention to Jenny. Then he says, Matt, the devil rarely presents itself as a benign sort. People can have shadow personalities and behave certain ways in certain environments. I'm sure you've heard the phrase street angel, house devil. No, I haven't actually. I've never heard that phrase before. Street angel, house devil. So what I believe Lenny is saying is that people can act differently at home than what they do in public. Hello, Esau, good to have you back. Good to have you back, Esau. Seems like we've got an audio issue with Esau. But yes, on the subject of Jenny, I think it's important to discuss it. Seem to be having a sound issue. I do apologise. It sometimes happens with Restream. But rest assured, we will all be listening in to your live with Bleeding Heart, defo. Because like I said, I think it's a discussion worth having. What happened with Jenny and the death of Sabina. Damn right it's worth investigating, worth discussing. Because that Jenny is always the first one to ask us questions, but yet when we ask questions of Jenny, he doesn't want to answer. It's not good. It's not good at all. And so I salute Esau and Bleeding Heart and Kaylee in holding these ghouls to account. I mean, God, what Kaylee has to go through to accommodate Jenny is just mind-blowing. Oh, God. But yeah, there are certain people who don't deserve to be on YouTube. And Jenny The degenerate is one of them.
Hello, hello,
Oh yeah, we can hear you now.
hello. Is my microphone working again?
Yeah, we can hear you.
How come I can't hear you, man? What's wrong with my something happened to my phone.
Well, we can hear you. That's the main thing.
Right, I might have to re-hit the link because I can see you're speaking, but I can't actually hear anything you're
Oh,
saying.
okay.
1 second.
Well, it's great having Easu on. If anybody else wants to come on, but be aware that we do often have technical difficulties. I remember when Brian used to come on, he used to throw him out every now and then. But yeah, I mean, but how Kaylee puts up with Jenny, I don't. She must have the patience of a saint. But going back to this, what Lenny said about street angel, house devil. I haven't actually heard that particular phrase before, but I'm sure what that picture that's painting to me is in public he's a saint, he or she is a saint, they could do no wrong, but yet in the house they're a different person. Okay, let's go. Hello, Easu. Easu, we can't hear you. That's a
I
shame.
think it's working. Hear me?
Yeah, I can
Hello?
hear you. Yeah, yeah.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hear you now as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Yeah. Before I could see you were speaking, but I couldn't hear you, and it was kind of yeah.
Okay.
So what I noticed with those guys idiots, yeah, they like to set men and women up as paedophiles, and what they do is or just wrong as they basically try like they with Kaylee. I wasn't around when Kaylee had it when she had her children around her. But from what I can gather, those men, from what I've seen, definitely responsible for probably making phone calls to have Kaylee's kids taken off her, or whatever the interference was. I wasn't around this, so I can't say. You know what I mean? Just from what I can see, I personally believe it was those fuckers that are responsible. And you know why I think they're responsible? Because Kaylee rebuffed their advances.
Yeah.
She wasn't
You heard
interested.
it.
Or what I do believe, yeah, what I do believe, because she like talks to every guy, she wasn't letting off the way they wanted to, so it became a bit of a time waster thing, and they got frustrated and started trolling her.
Yeah. Yeah. They used to discuss it in their hangouts. They used to have private
Oh,
hangouts, and then they used to make them public like a week or days later, and we used to hear them discuss it, joking and
oh,
laughing. And
but
and you're spot on. They're doing it because Kaylee is a friendly person who talks to everyone. And I mean, I see Kaylee as a younger sister.
look, she's far out. She's far out of her ideas. Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie. Like she's quite, we're not say radical. Like if you listen to her properly, yeah, she could be a little bit, you know. But I'll be honest. Well, I mean, you know, I'm talking like all some of the stuff he says, there's sense in it. But I do strongly believe, yeah, what's happened, especially to my friend Becca, because my friend Becca, I know for a fact, yeah, that's a backlash of those fuckers because those lot got onto her. Like by getting onto Kaylee, because when Kay first came around, I was actually on her side. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't like Danny Jones, I don't like AJ, I've never liked them, and I never will. But I can see what they've been doing to her. Now I kind of was an idiot and took some information off those fools and ran with it. Yeah, I know what I'm aware of. You know what I mean? We both said some shit back and forth, but when you look at it properly, it was them fuckers that engineered it all.
Yeah.
It was those fuckers that engineered it all. They wanted all that shit out there. If I could tell you some of the stuff they've sent me in the past, like that fucking Linda Warden, yeah, sent me on the eve of her dad's death, yeah, her father's picture and stuff, because he wanted me to show because Kay was saying some shit about Sabina. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Horrible guy.
AJ's the one who fucking killed her in the first place here. When if he had just paid attention to his partner, she'd still be here. Do you know how much it upsets me when I have to say it like this? That's a young mother who's no longer here with 2 kids. She had a lot of money in her bank account. I saw her bank account. Don't ask how. She knows I saw it. But she would have wanted to enjoy that money. AJ only wanted her money and her morphine. I'm telling you. That's
Yeah.
all he wanted was her money and morphine. And I want to make sure, yeah, that once we can prove that he was trolling her at that specific moment, I'm not joking. I'm going to send that proof to the police and make sure they know that, you know what, you might look into this. I would almost wrongful death, something's a bit missed there. I would nearly throw murder.
I think that would be a prudent step to take, and well done for doing so.
I will do it. I just want to record it. I want to prove it because I can remember roughly 2023 because it wasn't long ago. And I remember January especially, and I also remember because I know I'm quite good with dates myself. I remember January, and I remember when Sabina was 1 minute she was here and she was gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 1 minute she was here and I was told don't talk about it anymore because I had started on not started on Sabina. I started to cuss AJ, Danny Jones, all them like Sabina. They're like, Easu, stop, please stop. The Linda brought me inside, he told me she passed. I was like, fuck me, that's mental because you guys are still going AJ. But I was pretty shocked by that. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what? She's dead? How? Like, you do realize it. I'm gonna say it now. If Brian Ho had gotten into Sabina, she would still be here. You know why? Because if Sabina was sick around Brian Ho, yeah, Brian Ho would have made sure she had got better so he could have spent her money. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm gonna say it how it is. Like, like she ain't here. AJ pretended that the money was his. He told me on Bleeding's live stream. No, Katie's live stream actually. He told me on Katie's live stream the money that he had. So the money that Sabina showed me, don't ask. You know what, fuck it, I'll say it. She showed it to Rodney and blah blah blah. Yeah. He said that was his money, and I'm thinking, no, it wasn't. She told everybody on Real Channel she won it. You fucking cunt. Same
Really?
way she said that she bought the boat. Yeah, she told everyone. It was potent orange that stage. She told everyone she bought and won some money.
That does ring a bell. Yes.
Yeah, she won 6 figures. She told Roman because I thought to myself, wow, listen, even Roman was a bit like Sabina, yeah, she's all right. Even he was like, she's all right, isn't she? Because like she's got money. Like a lot of guys are like, what? She's won that money. Like I'm thinking, yeah, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it until I saw it. But AJ took credit and said that was his bank account. Same way he said the boat that Sabina said she bought a boat for. Sorry, AJ said he came online and said he bought a boat on Rodney's one time. Yeah, and she came on and said, no, no, you didn't. I bought that for you and my dad. She told him straight. She was like, how like she put him out, and I was like, wow, you just lied. Like I know you won't sound all hard and you're next to her, but maybe just don't lie. You know what I mean? Just say you have a boat. You don't have to say we got a boat for. Just say you got a boat.
Yeah. Good God. You know, there's more to this story, isn't there? Absolutely, there's more to it. Good God. So, I mean, I always saw it as the fact that AJ targeted her as a vulnerable single mother, and now you were thrown in a mix, a rich, vulnerable single mother. Good God. So you heard it here first, or maybe heard it here second or third. Easu is prepared to contact the police and with the intention of getting a murder investigation opened. From what we heard from Easu tonight, he just wants to collate evidence that proves that at the time of Sabina's death, which was about 27th of January 2023, he was trolling Kaylee at that time when he should have been looking after Sabina. What is concerning for me is that, as I remember, it was Eric's crap bitch, Brian Hansford, who released the information that Sabina had died. If it wasn't for Brian Hansford, aka Eric's crap bitch, releasing that information that Sabina had died, AJ wouldn't have told us. It's my personal opinion that AJ would have never told us. Because after a month, when would you tell someone, the audience, that your girlfriend had died? And I've asked AJ this myself. And he says, his response are words to the effect that, none of your business. Sabina was my girlfriend. She was nothing to do with you. Well, hang on. Sabina was a member of the community. I personally don't know whether AJ brought her into the community or whether she was a part of the community before AJ, but either way, Sabina was a part of the community and she had her own friends within our community. In fact, I spoke to her myself on one occasion. Sabina had her own friends outside of AJ. And so, the fact that AJ said it's none of our business to be told whether she had died is absolutely diabolical and vindictive of a degenerate. Because only a degenerate will come out with that. No, I'm not telling you Sabina died because she's got nothing to do with you. What a horrible person to say. And again, if it wasn't for Eric's crap bitch, aka Brian Hansford, releasing the news that she had died, AJ wouldn't have told us she had died. Questions which AJ refuses to answer, but which he asks questions of everyone else. Why was Sabina released early from hospital?
Overheating. So the focus overheating. No, what? No, listen. The reason why we all know, yeah, and because I read the coroner's thing. She discharged herself, but AJ was with her. Adam was with her.
Yeah.
He should never have made her leave that hospital. He's not a doctor. He's not equipped, and we all know what he's like. He must have had an issue with somebody there and been like, "I'll take you home. I can deal with you there. I'll look after you." They don't know what they're talking about because was it gallbladder? It was gallbladder, wasn't it? That's basically kidney stones, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So that is painful,
Yeah.
but also very treatable, easily treatable. Why did I bet that dickhead probably thought, oh, it's Harry Kidding, I'll take care of that. That's what what's his face? Is it Chandler? Was it Chandler or Joey from Friends had? Yeah, well they had that, I'll be fine. That's
Yeah.
fucking painful. Like you're not a doctor, you can't deal with that, you cunt. Like, I'm sorry, but I know that woman enjoyed life here, and she really wanted to. She had a rough start. She told about what she went through and blah blah. And then she had this money. I do believe she wanted to be with her children. And if she was around now, I don't think she'd be with AJ either. I reckon she'd have moved on,
Yeah.
whether he
Yeah.
likes her or not. She would have moved on.
Because it's a simple
Really,
question.
John probably did.
Did AJ have a part to play in getting Sabina to leave hospital early? It's a yes or no answer, but
Mhm.
yet he's refusing to answer that.
Exactly. If he just says but the thing is, he will lie on her name, which is already proven to do it. He'll say that, like he said that it was his money, we can't check that. It was his boat, we can't ask her anything. So we know he's prepared to lie on her. So the truth won't really come from him. I think A1000 the best thing by contacting a coroner. I just believe that if we can show the police that, listen, the night of her death, this arsehole who had a hand in discharge from hospital was actually online trolling someone, was not giving her the full care that she needed because he was busy online, probably taking her tablets as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some of that morphine. We'll share it. I bet you know what happened when he saw the medication. He thought, you know what, she'll get some medication to go home with. We'll share it. I'll give her I'll give the paracetamol. I'll take the morphine.
That's what I personally believe. I believe that was part of the motive to get her to go early.
Yep.
And it is shocking, isn't it? It's absolutely shocking.
I still can't get over she was here one minute and gone the next. Now,
Yeah.
I know Kenny has said some shit here to piss him off here. And it's not that I don't back it up. I understand why she's that angry. Fuck AJ. He and that woman used to terrorize her when they went on a dinner date and trolled her together.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember that as well. I think he went to be out there and listening to YouTube when you were out on a date. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I've never seen any remorse from AJ over Sabina.
None. My lass.
Yeah.
He was upset about her money. It was even more pissed about her money leaving. The money went. That's why. The money and morphine.
I know. That's how I feel about it.
And
Honestly,
troll
he's
A1000.
under investigation.
And troll A1000 with her brother's account. I saw a live stream. The dickhead was kind enough to post it up. And I saw it. And I'm thinking, yeah, listen, I don't think anyone from Sabia's family is going to actually hit the chat with that account and make a comment towards you unless you're going to tell her that. You know what I mean? I don't think he's actually going to say to her, and then also wait for your channel and other channels where they know she'll be to go up to us and these family members and say, listen, there's this woman and she's doing X, Y, and Z. You might want to, nah, come on, let's be real. That didn't happen. We all know that never happened. That was them using the family's name to troll her. How fucking dare you? You watch when I contact the brother myself and show him what you lot were up to. And you know I'll do it as well.
Hello, Bleeding. Good to have you on.
Hey,
Hey,
Ruben.
how's it going, Esau
Yeah.
and Matt? How are you?
Yeah, I'm
Good.
fine.
We're doing the work, Breed. I told you, Breed, this has to be exposed, Breed. And that man needs to be exposed. Sabina should still be here. He should not. Fuck
Yeah,
that, man. I'm sorry. I don't like that.
agreed. Agreed. So listen, I just been listening for the last couple of days. Really glad to hear that A1000, is putting out stuff, you know.
Killing
Well,
it.
we all have our part to play, and we all have to got to put information out there. If we don't put the information out there, it's not going to be seen. It's not going to be heard.
Matt,
Well,
can you
it's
tell Breed what you told me about the night Sabina passed, what you told me? Because there's two people that say it. Two people.
I, I'm happy to go into any court of law and say, I remember on the night that Sabina should have been, 27th of January, AJ was on YouTube trolling Kaylee.
wow.
I saw it myself. And not only was he trolling Kaylee, he was trolling me. He was trolling others.
That
And
was
I'm
her
sure you know
firing
that
out.
yourself anyway.
That was her firing out on his conscious, and that's what he was doing. And
Yeah.
you took her to hospital for that. You fucking cunt. You took her
Mhm.
to hospital so you control someone. Oh my god, you are a scumbag. You are a scumbag. Scumbag, scumbag.
I mean, look, I have looked back onto my records about that January, and I haven't got any messages to show you, but
Mhm.
I personally remember him in the chat rooms being as nasty as ever, coming onto the panels, being his same old self, showing no indication that Sabina had died.
Yeah,
And that's creepy as fuck.
that is absolutely creepy. Yeah, I mean, like according to the coroner's report, he found her unresponsive in the morning.
Yeah.
According to Brian Leroy Hansford, in a conversation that he had with me, a 2 hour long conversation, he told me that Sabina died in AJ's arms.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because they will
Yeah.
fucking make up shit.
Yeah.
Why wasn't that in the coroner's report?
Exactly. I was going to say
It-
that
it-
wasn't in the
it-
coroner's report.
but in fairness, though, like that's what AJ would have told them. Like he's a fucking liar. Like you know what I mean? They're gonna
They're
believe
all
anything.
liars, Esau. They're
But
every single one of them.
he's a piece of shit liar. You know what I mean? He's a real piece of shit liar. He will lie. I mean, look at he told us that money was his. I mean, he doesn't realize that. And then he said that he was there when he saw this message was sent, so he control of her photo as well. It's like, man, get out of here, man. She left an abusive relationship to enter one with you, man, and you end up taking her life. Like she was better off for her last partner. He used to slap her about. I'm sorry, I know that's a horrible thing to say, but it's the truth though. Like. Yeah, he used to knock her about. He was better off for him. You know what I mean? He should have dead with that cunt.
Come on,
Fuck.
he used to knock his dog about. Of course, he's going to be knocking his girlfriend about. And that's what
Wow.
you do. Once you start knocking things about, you just don't stop knocking them about.
Yeah. And
And listen, I really want to big up you two for bringing this to the public attention.
we're not
Because if it
stopping.
weren't for you two talking about this, I don't think anybody else would be, apart from Kaylee, of course.
Yeah.
Listen, we're
Yeah.
gonna bring the proof.
I think Esau definitely
Yeah, we want to
knowing
bring the
full
proof.
well.
We want to bring the proof. We want A1000 to jump on and show us some things. And we're going to sit down and show you all what the deal is. And fuck that, AJ. You're next to the police about Jake. Fuck you. You actually are responsible for taking someone's life. You need to be spoken to by your bill about your action the night she passed away. Fuck you.
Yeah, damn right.
Hmm.
Damn right he needs to be.
And Matt, it's fair to say, isn't it, that like we have all been harassed, each and every one, loads of us have been harassed, right?
Of course we have, yeah.
Yeah, by the same group of people.
I know. I mean,
Constantly. You're not getting away with it anymore.
Esau touching upon what they've done by creating a fake, brother of Sabina account to troll Katie.
Yeah.
That is huge. That is, if anything's ever criminal, that's criminal.
That
It
is
follows
criminal.
her around.
It's
It
fraud.
follows her around.
Very
It follows
close.
her around. She was like, I went to one channel, went to another channel. The count saying like, listen, AJ, we know that's you. You guys follow her around the internet. It's what you do. You're stuck to all the channels people like us would go on. Fuck you. We know what you're about. You did that intentionally.
Oh, he's the very definition of a stalker.
Oh, he
Without
really
a doubt.
is, yeah.
We like you just said, Bleeding. He stalked all of us. He's harassed all
Every
of us.
single one of us. And there's
Who's
more.
the-
He's got more targets. He, along with the usual.
Who's
Yeah,
just saying like, she wants me. She wants me. No, AJ, she wants me.
I know how.
Haley wants
did
me.
you hear that?
Did you hear it? I was like, the fuck is wrong with
That
this
was
cunt?
Yeah.
fucking mental. That was
You
delusion.
weirdo. She wants me. Joe, people laughing at you. You said that, Lyndon. Everyone's laughing at you. Everyone.
I mean, I'm so revolted by the individual. I can't even deal with him. I don't want anything to, to do with him. But
Policeman.
what
I
you're
was
doing
at the
is
house.
absolutely necessary.
Oh, 100% it is. That's why we have to go a little bit harder now. And these aren't going to like where it's going. A lot of people aren't going to like where it's going, but it has to go there because we need answers. If there's a woman who should still be here online enjoying this fuckery, and she isn't, and there are her cronies that are still here doing whatnot, and they got blood on their hands. They have blood on their hands.
Oh, sorry, just 1 second.
Hey, listen, Esau, what you touched upon is really at the crux of it.
So who the fuck is Lenny?
2 kids are without their mother.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to. 2 kids are without their mother who would otherwise have been here if she stayed in hospital.
Exactly. Listen, Google it right now. Yeah, I'm very sure when I heard the thing. Yeah, because look, I'm not gonna tell you what I got. I definitely would. I didn't even college or not. Yeah, but when I heard certain things, I was like, wait, that I swear it's kidney stones. Like I know it's painful and it can actually,
Yeah.
if not treated,
It's
kill
extremely
people. Yeah,
painful. Kidney
yeah,
stones
but
are
like,
the
but
most awful. You get a fever, you
you
get everything
need to
going.
stay in a hospital with that. You need to stay in a hospital. You cannot leave a hospital until they remove them out of your body.
And
So,
like you said, they can be treated. I
yeah,
mean,
They can be treated with antibiotics, but
yeah,
also if it comes to it that you need to be operated upon, that's pretty serious. Let's
right,
face
okay.
it.
why wasn't she? Why wasn't she? Because somebody wanted to go back to troll someone on the internet. Because what happened was at the hospital, they never had proper Wi-Fi or internet, and they were missing out on stuff. And they were like, "I'm gonna drag your fat ass back home, put you in bed, so I can take my skinny ass and my stupid cunt dog into the kitchen while we troll people while you're in bed in pain.
Good God.
I love you. You're my lass."
Mm.
Fucking hell, Esau. Putting that into words, it just illustrates what his mindset. And that's something exactly what AJ would think. We all know that.
Yeah, we do.
Internet shit here. Can't get a proper signal.
Did you?
AJ, Adam, is everything okay on YouTube? Can't get a signal here. Gotta go home and troll Haley. We
Yeah.
gotta check you out. This fucking, you know what I mean? This pop stand. Let's blow this pop stand. Let's go.
You ain't fucking sick, Sabina. Get the fuck out.
It's a top, yeah, get that cunt. Stop eating. Get out. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Jesus.
Look,
Yeah,
it's no disrespect to Sabina. Look, a lot of people are very fond of Sabina and liked her a lot, appreciated her, and a lot of people, and not myself and Esau included in those people. We really liked her.
Well,
Yeah.
look, what was Sabina a part of the community before she met?
Yeah, before AJ. Yes, she was. Before
Yeah.
AJ, she was a solo account. And listen, that group there, yeah, and I'm going to say it straight. Sabrina was a vulnerable woman, yeah. She was come up, a beaten up relationship with 2 kids, coming to a bit of money. You know what I mean? She's vulnerable. AJ and them lot, if you know what about these guys there, the way they select their women, they like women with low self-esteem. They
Yeah.
like women that are by themselves and single and no family, cut off. Like they like that because it means they can wiggle their way in there and no one will be able to tell them what to do. Because let's be real, if Sabina's family wasn't there, yeah, they'd be like, wait, you want this weirdo you've been online around your children? Get the fucking cunt out of here now before get called so and have you removed. He looks like a paedophile. You can't you don't want this man. Her family wasn't there. AJ knew what was doing. And the money shit made it easier because she could pay for stuff like hotels and this and that. And it's not gonna be much because the intro it would have been, and she was working as well. Like, so yeah, she better keep up the fucker with him as long as possible. She would have she eventually got bored of him.
So can you confirm that AJ met her through YouTube? Or did he meet her outside of it?
100%. He met her on YouTube.
Fucking hell.
Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. Everybody knows that. He just happened to be close by, you know, in the chat. I still don't get how. Because I'll be honest, when I first saw Sabrina's face, I was like, "How the fuck are you with AJ? No wonder why you're chatting to Rodney. You want a real man. I get it. Listen, Brian Hull's available as well. Like when even when Brian saw Sabrina, Brian's first words were, "Course, she's all right, isn't it? She got big tits in it. She got big tits in it." As he said, she got big tits, and I was like, Brian.
There seems to be
Easu.
two images of Sabina. There seems to be an image of Sabina with a filter and an image of Sabina without a filter. So
Yeah.
who was the real Sabina?
Well,
If Sabina was
it
here
was
now,
Trans Apple
Sabina.
Charles who created the filtered image. I'm sorry, I meant Apple Charlotte. Sorry.
Oh,
Can I say
really?
something?
Okay.
Can I say
Yeah.
something quickly? Can I say something quickly? If
Yeah.
Brian Hull was with Sabina, she'd still be alive. You know why? Because Brian Hull would have made sure she got better at hospital so he could take her to spend that whole money properly. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would have been like, we're going to Vegas, just go Vegas, like Vegas. You know what I mean? They were going everywhere. But guess what? She would have still been here. That's my fucking
Yeah.
point. He would not have let her die in hospital. No way. He'd have been like, I don't know, fucking doctor, you're staying here till you get better. And she's just better go on a plane, going abroad.
And let's just get to the bottom of because AJ implies that he's still got some kind of responsibility or inclusion
children.
within the children's lives. So what can
He
you
knew
tell
them
us
for
about
2 minutes. He hasn't got nothing. He knew them for 2 minutes. He knew them for 2 minutes. He knew them for a duration of when he met her on Romans to when she died. There's no way that he put those to their children's lives.
that?
They don't
Because
like
he's
him.
implying that he's still with the kids. The kids are still a part of his life.
Ah,
Rubbish, is it?
And he appears to be. He claims to have children. I don't
Why
know
the
how
fuck
that
is he saying
happens.
that then? It's just sick.
it's
It's,
going to take
It
even
is
me or
sick.
A1000 to
It is
fight if
sick.
that's true. It's going to take me or A1000 to fight if that's true. One of us will be contacting the family real soon to find out if that's true. And send a recording and say, I'd be like, that paedophile has nothing to do with family. But I thought so. That's what I wanted to know. But a brother who's I want to talk to and say, listen, bro, you've been in YouTube chats trolling people, haven't you? He goes, no, I haven't. Well, guess what? Your former brother-in-law, yeah, knows your name, and you know what I mean? It's how it found its way in there. Might be dyslexic, but he knows how to use spell checker. And he's got friends. You know what I mean?
Well, Adam AJ claims that he has changed his name and that he cannot be found. Like, what is that about?
yeah.
Yeah, pussy on the
What, like,
third.
you fuck off, you weirdo.
And why is he
Lady
changing
killer,
his name? What is he hiding?
Exactly.
right? Black
Yeah.
Widow.
And listen,
Well,
I heard him specifically say he's got 8 undisclosed convictions. I heard him say that on tap.
Undisclosed, yeah. I did too.
I clipped it.
Yeah.
His exact words were, I've got 8 undisclosed convictions, but that's neither here nor there.
of course he would say that. Fuck.
I clipped it. I've lost
Can you
it now.
play it? Can you fight? Let's play it.
Has
Let's hear it now. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I've
Clips,
lost
don't
it.
you?
Oh shit.
I've
What's the
lost it.
fight?
But I kept that quote. I've written it down word for word.
He'll
Yeah.
say it again. He'll say it again. And people definitely. I remember him saying it as well. I remember him saying undisclosed. But what? That undisclosed means their sexual nature. You know what I mean? Like that. Those serious. That's like when he was a teenager. He may have got done for rape, but because he was a teenager, you know what I mean? He's all right now because he was a teenager then. He was under whatever 18. That's what that undisclosed shit means. Or you killed someone. Yeah. Oh, listen to me.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's of a sexual nature, isn't it? That's exactly what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it was on the
literally
same
hiding
line.
in plain sight then.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Absolutely.
he tried to defend himself for his conviction for animal cruelty.
Beast.
What a nasty piece of shit that guy is.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you two are putting them up on it.
We're not gonna stop, and they know this as well. That's why they shouldn't have done what they done because everyone remembers what I'm like. I'm fucking relentless. I don't stop.
Exactly, Esau. But I have noticed that AJ has blocked me, and so has that Santley Banana Cam Daz bloke.
God.
Like, what? Why did you do that? What are you afraid of, fellas?
Exactly, yeah.
Listen,
I know what
everyone's
you're
noticed
doing.
now. Even Crayon's realized, yeah, don't fuck. You can't fuck with me. You can't fuck. Look. You don't know nothing about me unless I tell you. You don't have my face unless I give it to you. So there's no point fucking with me. As simple as that. I'm a demon when it comes to this bullshit. And when I know something's wrong, I've always known AJ, Lyndon, those guys are fucking wonky. I've always said it, Beaton, before you got here.
Yeah.
I never liked those men. I've never liked them. I've never liked them. I've never liked them. There's live truth to prove it. I know I'm onto something here, and I'm not going to stop until he's either been spoken to by old Bill or he fucks off online crying, realizing that they all know what I've done or they don't trust me. Yes, we don't trust you, 100%. I don't
Yeah.
trust you. I think
And
Sabina
Easu, I'm
died.
just going to play something quickly, okay? And I'll be back in
Yeah.
a mojo,
Okay.
okay?
All right.
So what's the truth about you beating up your dog?
About me beating up my dog. My dog's never been beaten up. She was disciplined for running out in front of 2 cars. They just made it out to be something completely different to what it was. I beat the crap out of my dog and then send her to the groomers. Yeah, sounds like a great idea. Great one, that.
Okay.
Better looked after than most people's children.
So what did you do to your dog?
What did I do? Smacked her ass.
Just once, yeah?
No, she had more than one smack on the ass.
Just a smack, yeah?
Section 4 of the animal welfare legislation. That's why.
Just a smack, or just a smack, was it?
No, it was more than one smack. She had my fist in front of her face when she jumped off at me. So she did actually get my fist on the end of her nose. But she's.
Well, you punched her.
Mate, if you can't I made my fist in front of her face because I was angry with her. But at the end of the day, Chloe at no point was ever injured by me.
You know.
My hand
Did you punch your dog on this?
It's a simple, mate. You didn't punch your dog. I can't even be there. Did you punch your dog?
What? I waved my fist in front of my dog's face.
Right, you didn't punch your dog up.
Contact was made because she jumped up, yes.
Well, you didn't raise it in her face then. You punched it, didn't you? Come on, man.
No. I waved my fist in front of her. I was angry. Can't you listen to words?
You just said you asked you if it was a smack. I asked you if it was a smack. You could have just said yes, it was a smack.
Shit happens. Contact was made because she jumped up at it. Does that sound like a scared dog? Funny, isn't it? The courts actually I tried showing a video of my dog in the courts on the way she reacted. The court's response, how do we know it's your dog? RSPCA, not once have they ever asked to see my dog. No evidence to support anything the media has claimed has ever been provided.
There were witness statements.
But then that's hardly surprising. My sister crashed a car years ago and apparently her car ended up in a river when the car was...
Have you still got that dog? Have you still got that dog?
Of course I've still got my dog.
Nothing come of it, did it?
What?
Did anything come?
I got prosecuted for section 4 because I disciplined my dog. Shit happens.
So you learned not to do it in public now, yeah?
What?
You've learned not to discipline your dog in public.
Other than the fact that the court system's cropped as fuck, the RSPCA ain't there for animal welfare, they're there for profiting. That's about it. Putting caviar and champagne on Craig's table. If such a thing happened like they're trying to make out, why didn't the RSPCA even bother to contact me for 5 months? Why have I got a police statement where it says, on the day my dog looked fit, healthy and happy? Why can't they even get the breed of my dog right? Or my name?
How long ago was this, sir? Enlisted?
A couple of years ago. You see, reality and what the media put out are 2 very different things. You see, reality and what the media put out are two very different things.
Thanks for bearing with me on that.
No problem.
Yeah, but it was a chance for me to get a drink and go to the toilet. But
No, fascinating. Brilliant that you actually held on to that, because
well, I'm
you know,
frustrated that I didn't. Well, I lost my channel in which I had the clip of him saying about the 8 undisclosed convictions.
yeah.
It happens, and I'm frustrated. I can't show you that. But yeah, but well done for what you're doing, bringing this to the public attention.
Absolutely. We'd love A1000 to come and have a chat with us as well. Like, you know, if she would, I mean, even we'd go over to Kaylee's and discuss it a bit more over there as well. If
well, look, I'm wrapping up in a few more minutes because I've done 2 hours.
Yeah.
Obviously, Katie isn't about, because if she was, she would have jumped in and said hi.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah, of course.
But listen, I always love tuning into what you and Easu have to say, and I can't thank you enough for jumping on.
Thank you for allowing us on.
You know, anytime, Bleeding Heart, because you know, you're awesome.
Thank you very much, Matt.
Pleasure.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Okay,
Cheers.
everyone. Yeah. Thank everyone to thank Bleeding Heart and Easu. That was great having them both on. Smashing YouTubers on their own account. Anything else before we say goodbye?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. Well, you know, because it's been a number of years, Matt, that we have been trolled and stalked by weird, creepy stalkers. A lot of things have come to light, which we have not revealed, and we don't intend revealing completely. But we're working on it. We're working on stuff. But yeah, it's like to share stuff with you in the back.
Would it be safe to say things are in the pipeline?
It would, yes, of course. Of course. I mean, they keep putting themselves they're basically digging their own graves.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing. Time is fucking great.
And listen, if there's ever a group of individuals who need to be held to account and shown for what degenerates and evil bastards they are, it's that lot.
Yeah.
Nasty people. The way they destroyed lives. And even, like, we're touching upon now the way they've taken lives, destroyed lives, yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about fucking murder now, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Be it manslaughter or not. Sabina's dead. And there's 2 kids there without a mother.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like, I don't know if negligence is considered an aspect of, you know, manslaughter. I have no idea. Actually, I don't really know what the law is. But, like, you know, that is pure negligence, taking a woman from hospital.
Yeah. Absolutely. No. And, you know, it's time these degenerates get held to account, and you're doing a great job doing that.
Good. I'm glad you appreciate it. Well, listen, I'm just glad that you're around as well, because you're putting out a lot of stuff there that, like, we didn't know, and that we can combine it with what we've got. There's
a question, just on a different subject. Do you know if Paddy's still alive?
I don't speak to that creature, whoever that creature might be.
All right, we think this is Truth Shitter. So her name is Truth Shaper. Remember Truth? She's a woman.
Yeah, I was accused by a couple of people. They actually, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's come back on the scene.
I'm aware of her because I didn't know her. Oh, so you think that's who it is? Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I think it is. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's an unusual question for her to ask. Why would she be interested?
Well, she came on to Paddy's live once, and I think Paddy quite fancied her, even though he is gay. But still, you can still.
Yeah, he liked people. He liked people. Paddy liked people. Yeah. He loved to talk to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he loved to have the skit. Yeah.
Easu, anything last from you? Because I'm going to wrap it up now.
Listen.
Wait for you to go.
Thank you for having us on. Thank you for having us on. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah.
No, but we're gonna get to we're finally gonna get to the bottom of the Sabina shit once and for all. And even if I mean, like, no, she should still be here. I don't like that. She was literally, a single mother with 2 children who she wanted to grow up. And for someone to win a large sum of money like that, I can see why she'd be appealing to some. AJ, like,
I know.
like,
Yeah, she was kind of sorted. She
you
was
know, I
only
wanted,
56, by the way.
I actually wanted her to go to meet Mr. Unknown, just so she'd be away from AJ, because I know he'd be down in America with his 6 undisclosed convictions. Because, yeah,
8.
we'll go through the 8. We will go through it on a live stream, and I'll show you what undisclosed convictions usually mean and what type of people have them. Because that's quite unusual for a United Kingdom thing to have, especially in the States.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, very unusual to have. James Bolton didn't even get that.
Fuck hell, man.
They didn't get undisclosed. They were 10. So, and AJ couldn't have. Who knows what he would have done? Someone either died or someone was molested in some way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, it's crazy.
Hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, look, everyone, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to let you go live. And
yeah, we're
cheers,
ready.
Mohammed. And
Yeah.
Matt.
Ready to fuck shit up. He's like, ready for us, trust me. Oh, listen, Sabina, rest in peace.
Yeah,
That's what I gotta say.
Yeah.
We got you.
Oh, it's brilliant. And
We got you.
fucking hell. Sabina is a lovely lady as well. She didn't deserve.
Yeah, she was.
She did not deserve this.
Not him. Not him. I don't know why she picked him.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't know what she was thinking.
I know. I felt the same way. I just thought, Sabina, you must be bloody mad. You must be off your rocker.
She's bugging out. I thought she was blind. AJ's really nice. So I was like, what? Seriously? You gotta allow yourself for that. You've got like nearly £1 million in your bank account, and that's what you want to settle with. Come on, look at him. He's ugly. He's ugly. He looks like he'll attack your children if you're not looking.
It's crazy stuff. It really is. Hey, listen, right. I'm going to play out with a promotional video, and then I'm going to end the stream. Okay?
You give us a boot.
Yeah, I'll give you.
Over our channel.
Yeah, and then everyone knows Bleeding Hearts channel, don't they? Yeah, of course they do.
They know how to find the fucker.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks ever so much, Bleeding. Thanks, Easu. Great having you on.
Thank you.
We'll be back. Yeah. Good. Yeah, I hope you do jump on again.
We will. Definitely.
Until the next time. God bless. Thank you.
All right.
That time again. MattTaylorTV goes live. 8 o'clock sharp. Are you ready? Don't be late. Starting at 8. News, truth, fire, tactics, pay that bell. Participate. Don't be late. Starting at 8. Don't be late. Starting at 8. Morning, evening, set the date. It's raw. It's real. We captivate. Don't be late. Starting at 8. He's live on air with the rebel tone. Speaking truth that chills the bone. No script, no fake, no clickbait. It's Matt Taylor, don't tempt. Don't be late, starting at 8. Questions burn, debates inflate. Bring your voice, don't spectate. Don't be late, starting at 8. This ain't TV, this is war talk. Digital frontline, real-time chalk. YouTube's battleground, truth's first rate. Just remember, don't be late, starting at 8. Click the bell, activate. Change the game, we shift the state. Don't be late, starting at 8. Don't be late, starting at 8. Every word worth the wait. MattTaylorTV, communicate. Don't be late, starting at 8. He's live on air with the rebel tone. Speaking truth that chills the bone. No script, no fake, no clickbait. It's Matt Taylor, don't tempt fate. He's live on air with the rebel tone. Speaking truth that chills the bone. No script, no fake, no clickbait. It's Matt Taylor, don't tempt fate. Again, he's live on air with the rebel tone. Speaking truth that chills the bone. No script, no fake, no clickbait. It's Matt Taylor, don't tempt fate. Don't be late, starting at 8. Questions burn, debates inflate. Bring your voice, don't spectate. Don't Just remember, don't be late, starting at 8. Click the bell, activate. We change the game, we shift the state. Don't be late, starting at 8. This ain't TV, this is war talk. Digital frontline, real-time chalk. YouTube's battleground, who's first rate. Just remember, don't be late, starting at 8.